Her reviews could destroy careers. Her mission? To expose a criminal. But what happens when the target is also irresistible? Welcome to the Undercover Art Critic. Eleanor Vance, as The Gavel, publishes a brutal review of a piece recently acquired by Julian Thorne's gallery, subtly hinting at its dubious provenance. This publicly humiliates Thorne, but also piques his interest in the elusive critic. Privately, Eleanor is preparing to infiltrate his world. Intrigued by The Gavel's unusual insight, Julian Thorne extends an exclusive invitation to a private viewing at his gallery, hoping to draw out the anonymous critic. Eleanor sees this as her perfect opportunity to gain access. She attends under a carefully constructed new identity, a reserved independent art consultant from a lesser-known firm. Eleanor, under her new alias, meets Julian at the private viewing. Their initial conversation is a tense dance of intellect and veiled curiosity. He probes her knowledge, and she subtly fishes for information about his acquisitions. There's an undeniable, unexpected spark of intellectual attraction between them, complicating Eleanor's mission. As Eleanor delves deeper into Thorne's world, she finds inconsistencies in his records and notices peculiar details in the provenance of certain pieces. She overhears hushed conversations, picks up on subtle cues from his staff, and uncovers fragments of evidence that point towards illicit dealings. Each discovery fuels her resolve, but also intensifies the conflict within her as her attraction to Julian grows. Eleanor finally gets close to a piece of art she suspects is stolen. While discreetly examining it, she accidentally trips a silent alarm. Julian appears instantly, his expression shifting from charm to suspicion. Eleanor has to think fast, creating a believable cover story about her clumsiness or her intense fascination with the art. The tension is palpable as Julian watches her every move, unsure whether to believe her. Eleanor uncovers irrefutable evidence linking Julian Thorne directly to the stolen art network. Faced with the truth, she confronts him in a private setting. She reveals her true identity as The Gavel and the undercover investigator. Julian, initially shocked and hurt, then reveals his own complex truth. He was forced into the illicit dealings to protect someone he loves, and he's been desperately trying to find a way out. The confession is heartbreaking, blurring the lines between villain and victim, making Eleanor's next move incredibly difficult. Eleanor must decide whether to expose Julian fully, potentially destroying his life, or work with him to dismantle the criminal network he's trapped in. They forge an uneasy alliance, using their combined knowledge of the art world to bring down the true orchestrators of the theft. In the dramatic climax, they recover the final stolen masterpiece, and Julian faces the consequences of his actions, albeit with a chance at redemption, while their complicated love story hangs in the balance. With the criminal network dismantled and the art recovered, the aftermath is complex. Julian faces legal consequences, though mitigated by his cooperation and Eleanor's testimony. Eleanor, however, struggles with the emotional fallout of her mission. The line between her professional duty and her growing feelings for Julian has blurred. They are both free from the immediate. Months pass. Julian has served his time and is working to rebuild his life and reputation, often with quiet, discreet support from Eleanor. The art world is still reeling from the revelations. Eleanor, having stepped back from her gavel persona, finds herself missing the intellectual challenge and, more surprisingly, missing Julian. She decides to take a calculated risk, inviting Julian to consult on a new, legitimate art acquisition for her agency. It's a test of their new foundation, a chance to see if their connection can survive outside the shadow of their past. Their professional collaboration on the new project is a success, proving their synergy extends beyond crisis. They spend countless hours together, the shared passion for art rekindling the spark between them, now untainted by deceit. They talk honestly about their past, their fears, and their hopes for the future. Julian opens a smaller, ethical gallery, focusing on emerging artists, and Eleanor occasionally still pens anonymous, positive reviews for him, signing them subtly as The Gavel Redeemed. Their relationship, complex and unconventional, begins to flourish like a rare, restored masterpiece. Years later, Eleanor and Julian are a power couple in the legitimate art world, their unique story a whispered legend. They curate their own private collection, not of stolen art, but of pieces that hold personal significance, each one a testament to their journey, resilience, and the unconventional love that grew from deception and danger. Their home is filled with art, and the quiet joy of a life built on rediscovered trust and shared passion, a truly undercover legend in itself.